I sent a piece of mail on January 15th that didn't show up until March 15th for my job. And so the reality is that the expectations that we've known for generations for the Postal Service is not there anymore, especially for rural citizens.
I mean, this started almost a year ago in which USPS leadership in Washington, D.C. announced their Delivering for America plan. When we discovered it, we immediately sent a letter to the Postmaster General, then at the time, Mr. Louis DeJoy, calling attention to the regional transportation optimization component of that plan. Essentially, that's code for we are going to slow service to those of us who live and work in rural America and enhance or speed service for those that live in urban and suburban areas of the country.
My husband and I farm in rural Audrain County, and then I also actually sell seed for a living to other farmers for Beck's hybrids. As rural Americans, and especially as farmers, we run two parts out of our mailbox. We run our home mail that may be coming in, letters from families or electricity bills, and then we also run our farm business out of our same mailbox. So that interchange is visited twice a day, first thing in the morning and in the evening too, to see what's coming and what we need to send out. You think about rural citizens and rural Americans, lots of us still don't have adequate access to internet. So we are still utilizing paper bills and paper to correspond with businesses, and so that comes through our mailbox. So we are still doing okay, but we also have seen a lag in time of things that we've sent off to be delivered and things to get to our home to be delivered.
And now we have the Delivering for America plan that's being implemented in two phases. The first phase began in April. Those of us who live in rural America really need to pay attention to is service times for how we're sending and receiving mail. So essentially, the nitty-gritty of this plan is such that for processing centers, like let's take Kansas City or St. Louis, if you live within 50 miles of that processing center, the Postal Service's goal is to speed your service that you're receiving. If you live outside of that 50-mile radius from a processing center, so you take the post office here in my hometown of Appleton City. Instead of seeing a truck come from Kansas City twice a day in the morning and the afternoon, they are now eliminating that afternoon pickup. So we will only see a truck from the processing center once a day.
I think the biggest concern is that rural citizens are going to be left on the back burner. Lots of rural businesses move millions of dollars every day by sending out paper bills. And what I'm concerned about is those bills never getting to people or those checks never getting back to those places. And so you quite literally have an exchange of money happening across a system that is breaking.
Well, I think be mindful of deadlines, particularly as you're transacting business. Make sure that you are allowing ample time and just know that there will likely be delays, especially since you know that there won't be an afternoon pickup anymore at your local rural post office. So keep that in mind. I'd also say, just try to be patient, be respectful to your respective mail carriers. They are working hard and doing their job 6 days a week.
Make sure you know the right people to talk to. You should know your reps for the state and the U.S. just as well as you know your other neighbor at times. Make sure you speak up for what your needs are and know that they know what you're struggling with. If they don't realize how much that mailbox means to you or how much the U.S. Postal Service can mean to your business, they may not pay attention to it as well. So make sure you're advocating for yourself, your home, and your family.